Ever noticed how some women, when faced with a man's silence, don't chase him? They don't send a barrage of texts or frantic calls. Instead, they meet his silence with their own. And strangely, this very absence makes them unforgettable, etching them into the deepest corners of his mind. What is this powerful, silent magic? It's not about playing games. It's a deep psychological phenomenon. Let us explore the enigma of absence and why the woman who walks away in silence is the one a man can never truly forget. When a man pulls away and goes quiet, it's often not about indifference. From a Jungian perspective, his retreat is a defense mechanism. The woman's presence has stirred something deep within him, his anima, the feminine soul hidden in his unconscious. This can be overwhelming, bringing up buried fears and insecurities he isn't ready to face. So he retreats into a fortress of silence. It's his ego's desperate attempt to shield himself from the powerful emotions she evokes. He starts projecting his own unresolved issues onto her, casting her in the role of whatever he fears most, be it abandonment, vulnerability, or engulfment. His silence isn't a void, it's a battlefield where he's wrestling with his own inner demons. In this psychological drama, he becomes the wounded warrior, retreating from a connection that feels too intense. His silence is a reflection of his own attachment wounds, often stemming from childhood, where he learned that showing vulnerability was unsafe. Her powerful feminine attraction acts like a spotlight, illuminating all the cracks in his carefully constructed armor. The more he tries to maintain his stoic, unemotional facade, the more he feels the pressure of his own unhealed trauma. His quiet isn't a rejection of her, but a projection of his deepest fear that she will abandon him, just as he feels he was abandoned in the past. He is, in essence, pushing her away to test if she'll leave, replaying a painful, familiar cycle. But then, a subtle shift occurs. The woman, sensing this intricate dance of projection and fear, chooses not to engage in the chaos. She doesn't try to break down his walls or fill the silence with her own anxiety. Instead, she holds space. She understands, perhaps intuitively, that his quiet has transformed from a simple withdrawal into a silent plea. It's his ego battling his soul's deep desire for integration and connection. He is subconsciously asking her to be the calm center in his storm, to prove that she won't shatter when his shadows finally surface. Her stillness becomes a powerful mirror, reflecting not his fears, but the possibility of healing. Imagine this scene. She's sitting in the soft glow of twilight, a cup of tea growing cold, her phone silent. The messages have stopped. Anxiously attached patterns would scream at her to fix this, to seek reassurance. This silence can feel like a direct wound to our self-worth, echoing old childhood fears that love is conditional and must be earned. But this is where the journey inward begins. Instead of seeing his silence as a judgment of her value, she can use it as a canvas to see what she is projecting, her own unmet needs, her own fears of abandonment. This is the moment to embrace a healthy detachment, not as coldness, but as an act of ultimate self-respect. By resisting the urge to chase, she allows the tension to build in a new way. The mystery deepens. Her refusal to fill the void he created makes the space between them sacred and significant. It reveals his hesitations not as a flaw in her, but as a result of his own trauma bonds and the rigid defenses he built to survive past hurts. Do you feel that? It's a shift from frantic anxiety to a calm, deliberate strength. It begs the question, what if his silence isn't about your unraveling, but the very thing needed for your own profound self-discovery and growth? What if it's an invitation to become whole on your own terms? For the man trapped in this cycle, her silence is initially confusing. He uses his own quiet as a shield, a way to control the situation and protect himself from her powerful, empowering gaze, which he fears will dissolve his sense of self. But when she doesn't react as expected, when she doesn't chase, plead, or crumble, a new turning point arrives. Her calm self-possession begins to dismantle his projections. He can no longer cast her as the needy one or the source of his problems. Her emotional self-worth, blooming from the ashes of his projections, forces him to look inward. Her silence is no longer a weapon used against her, but an invitation for him to confront his own shadow. Think of her walking a misty forest path. With every step she takes away from his silent world, the fog begins to clear, revealing parts of herself she had forgotten. This journey is about integrating her own inner masculine and feminine energies into a harmonious whole. His silence, which once felt like a test of her worth, becomes the catalyst for her liberation. As she detaches with grace, not resentment, a mysterious alchemy occurs. Desire can resurge, but this time it's different. It's not born from desperation, but from a place of wholeness and genuine attraction. The man's unconscious is stirred. As she pulls her energy back to focus on herself, his projections have nothing to stick to, and they boomerang back to him. And this leads to the final, most profound transformation. Awareness floods her soul. The illusion that she needs his validation dissolves. She has faced the shadow cast by his silence, the fear, the insecurity, the feeling of not being enough, and she has integrated it. She is no longer provoked by the void, because she has filled it with her own self-love and certainty. Her self-worth is now a fortress, resilient to the games of attachment and withdrawal. She emerges as a transformed woman whose very presence is a quiet revolution, and this silent power echoes back to him, compelling him to finally face his own inner depths. The mystery remains, but now it is hers to command. So, if you find yourself facing a wall of silence, remember this. True power isn't found in breaking his silence, but in becoming the silence. It's in turning inward and discovering the universe you hold within yourself. The woman who walks away in silence isn't admitting defeat. She isn't weak. She is simply showing that she has seen the entire game, and she's choosing to play a different one where she is the prize. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the beautiful complexity of human connection. See you in the next video.